Phú Thọ is a province in northern Vietnam. Its capital is Viet Tri, which is 80 kilometers from Hanoi and 50 kilometers from Nội Bài International Airport. The province covers an area of 3,528.1 square kilometers and, as of 2008, it had a population of 1,364,700. The history of Phú Thọ is linked to the 18 dynasties of Hung kings who were credited with building the nation of Văn Lang. Because of its strategic location, the province is known as the West Gate of Hanoi. It is located at the confluence of two large rivers, the Red River and the Da River, and in a transitional area between the Red River Delta, the country's northern mountainous provinces. The Shan Son National Park, established in February 2002, is located in the province about 80 kilometers from Viet Tri. The park covers an area of 15,048 hectares with over 11,000 hectares of natural forest and 1,396 hectares of limestone mountain forests. Phú Thọ is one of the poorest areas of Vietnam, and the poorest households earn below $6 per person per month. Tea is important to the economy of the province. The Hung King's Temple Complex, located on Gia Linh Mountain in Viet Tri, is a complex of majestic architecture enclosing Ha Temple, Thieng Quang Pagoda, Chiang Trung and Tong temples, and King Hung's tomb. History. The history of the area is traced to the early 3rd millennium BC during the Hong Bang period. Hence, the province was part of the first Vietnamese state known as Zich Quai. The Vietnamese rulers of this period are now collectively known as the Hung Kings. Later, the capital was moved to Phong Châu, which is taken as evidence of the historicity of the province. There are many festivals in the province linked to this historical lineage. Beginning in the 3rd century BC during the Thuc dynasty, the Hung Temple Complex, located on Gia Linh Mountain, was laid ground to dedicate to the Hung kings who are credited with building the nation. In December 1999, Nguyện Huy, the leader of an unregistered Protestant house church in the province, was sentenced to 1 year in prison for interfering with an officer doing his duty, which caused some religious controversy in the province. Geography. The area of the province is 3,528.1 square kilometers, lying between 20 degrees 55 to 21 degrees 43 north latitude and 104 degrees 48 to 105 degrees 27 east longitude. Located in northern Vietnam, it is situated at the head of a triangular formation of the Red River Delta in the northern mountainous region. It is delimited by the provinces of TuIen Quang and Yen Bai in the north, Son La and Hoa Binh in the west, Ha Tây to the south, and Ha Giang and Vinh Phuc to the east. These provinces are connected to Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. Phú Thọ Province, due to its strategic location, is often called the West Gate of Hanoi. Its location is at the confluence of two large rivers, namely, the Red and Da rivers. This province links the northern provinces of the Red River Delta with the country's mountainous provinces and also the two Chinese provinces of Guangxi and Yunnan. Climate. Phú Thọ is located in the subtropical monsoon region. The province has recorded average temperature of 23.5 degrees Celsius. The highest temperature and the lowest temperatures recorded have been 29 degrees Celsius and 15 degrees Celsius, respectively. The average rainfall varies between 1,600 mm and 1,800 mm. Humidity is high during the monsoon season from May to October, with the annual average figure of 85%. In the dry season it goes below 80%. Precipitation is in the form of rainfall, most of it falling during the monsoon period. Most of the rain usually falls between April and September. Water resources: 3 large rivers flow through the province. The Red, Low and Dar rivers, which ensure a plentiful source of water serving daily life as well as industrial purposes. The total length of these 3 river systems is 200 kilometers through the province, and the area drained is 5,000 square kilometers. The annual surface water resources in the province in its river systems has been assessed as 42 billion cubic meters. Mineral resources: the mineral resources recorded in Phú Thọ Province are kaolin, feldspar, spiritors, stone and gravel, sand for construction and mineral water. Shansun National Park. The Shansun National Park was established on February 2002. It is located approximately 80 kilometers from Viet Tri City. The park covers an area of 15,048 hectares, with more than 11,000 hectares of natural forests and 1,396 hectares of limestone mountain forests. The park is biologically rich with some 465 species of upper plants and 282 species of fauna, including 23 species of amphibians, 30 species of reptiles, 168 species of birds, and 61 species of mammals. Rarer species, such as Tibetan bears, cheetahs, white pheasants, gray gibbons, and cobras are common in the park. The highest points of the park are Mount Voi Mountain and Mount Cien. There are extensive grottos and caves running 7 to 8 kilometers inside these mountains. They contain large populations of bats. Administrative divisions. Phú Thọ is subdivided into 13 district-level subdivisions, 11 districts, 1 district-level town, Phú Thọ, 1 provincial city, Viet Tri. They are further subdivided into 11 commune-level towns, 248 communes, and 18 wards. Table of local government divisions. Demographics. The province has 1 town municipality, 10 rural districts, 5 precincts, 9 district-level towns, and 181 communes. According to the General Statistics Office of the Government of Vietnam, the population of Phú Thọ Province as of 2008 was 1,364,700 with a density of 387 persons per square kilometer over a total land area of 3,528.1 square kilometers. It is one of the least populated provinces in the northern Midlands and mountain areas of Vietnam. The male population at this time was 660,200, with females accounting for 704,500. The rural population was 1,146,700 against an urban population of 218,000. The average population density is 3,706 per square kilometers except Viet Tri City, where it is 21,042 per square kilometers. Ethnic Vietnamese, Muang, Dao and Sanche are the dominant ethnic groups which live in the province. The Dao build the houses in the traditional style, built either on stilts, level with the ground, a half on stilts and the other half beaten with earth. Du village, located within the Shansun National Park, contains an overwhelming majority of this ethnic group is a tourist attraction. Economy. Phú Thọ is one of the poorest areas of Vietnam. The poorest households earn below $6 per person per month. As of 1997, the provincial economy was roughly evenly split at 33% of the workforce working in agriculture, industry and in services respectively. In the period during 1990 to 1995, the annual increase rate in income 72%. The city of Viet Tri is the headquarters of many companies and groups active in the province and contains many of the industrial firms and service industries. In agriculture, tea is important to the economy and is the main industrial crop. In the mid-19th century, they established the tea industry in Vietnam, particularly in Phú Thọ Province, and they had established 3 research stations to promote tea plantations, 33,000 acres which were cultivated in Vietnam. Until 1945, during World War II, the tea gardens were deserted, and post-World War II development of the tea industry restarted with assistance from other tea-producing countries. The Vietnamese established a tea development incorporation. The total planted area was estimated at 8,400 hectares in 2001. In 1997, around 9% of the cultivated area of the province. The province has an annual production of 31,000 tons of fresh tea. Although between 1998 and 2001 there was an annual rise of 8% due to the increase in area and yield. As of 2002, the annual production was estimated at 100,000 tons of dry tea. Tea consumption stood at 20,000 tons a year and 80,000 tons were exported. Over 15,000 families in the province are involved in tea production. The French agency Agence Française de Développement are active in the province and have financed a tea production development program for villages. In 8 of the province's districts and aims contribute to the economic development of rural populations and improve the living conditions. Under AFD investment, some 3,000 hectares of new plantations will be created and existing plantations will be improved in yields and efficiency. 3,000 families were expected to benefit from this project. The project has also facilitated improvements in infrastructure in some 115 kilometers of existing routes. The Vietnamese government had a development strategy for the 2001-10, aiming to improve the output and income of the provincial economy, aiming to double its GDP, increase exports fourfold and strengthen the socialist market economy. Some of the relevant economic statistics related to the agriculture and industries sectors are given below. As against the national figure of 273 agriculture, forestry and fishery cooperatives, there are 100 cooperatives, of which 96 are agricultural cooperatives and 3 are fisheries cooperatives. The number of cooperatives is 100 as against 7,592 cooperatives in the country. There are only 192 farms as against the national number of 120,699. The output value of agriculture produce at constant 1994 prices in the province was 1,686.6 billion dongs against the national value of 156,681.9 billion dongs. The province produced 280,300 tons of cereals as against the national production of 421.3 million tons. The per capita production of cereals in the district was 308.7 kilograms as against the national figure of 501.8 kilograms in 2007. The province is also known for its grapefruit, palm oil, rice and cassava. Freshwater fish are caught in the Red River. In 2007, the industrial output of the province was 11,705.1 billion dongs against the national output of 1.47 billion dongs. Culture. Thn Hung is a national historical location where the Vietnamese give the respect to Hung kings because of their contributions to the country 4,000 years ago. Hung King's Temple Complex. Hung King's Temple, located on Gia Linh Mountain, 175 meters by sea level in Viet Tri City, is a complex of majestic architectures encompassing the Ha Temple, the Thien Quang Pagoda, the Giang, Trung and Tong temples, and King Hung's tomb. The Ha Temple was built in the 15th century and is approached from the Diamond Gate. There is also a 700-year-old tree in front of this temple. The legend narrated to this temple is that Oko gave birth to 100 children. Her husband, Lak Longkwan, led 50 of the children to the coastal region and settled them to propagate his race. Oko took 49 children up to the mountainous area. The eldest among these children became Hung King and renamed the country Van Lang and made Phong Chau its capital. The Tong Temple is approached from Trung Temple over a pathway, which has 102 brick steps. The kings worshipped the sun god, the earth god, the rice god, and St. Dong. At this temple location, the last ruler of the 18th Hung dynasty handed the reins of his kingdom to Thuk Fan, who established a memorial stone pillar and took an oath that he would maintain the temple and also the inheritance of the Hung's family. King Hung's tomb is the tomb of a ruler of the 6th Hung dynasty. It is claimed the 6th dynasty Hung king, after defeating the intruders to his country, removed his dress and hung them on the branch of the Kim Gio tree. He soon after died right at that location. Jiang Temple is at the foot of the mountain where an 18th dynasty king's daughters, Nokkoa and Tien Dung, worship. They used the reflection in the water surface of the well to manicure the hair. Festival. A festival known as the Hung Temple Festival is held from 8th to the 11th day of the 3rd lunar month, with the main festival being held the 10th day in Guilin Mountain, Hai Kong Commune, Viet Tri City and Phu Thọ Province. At this festival, 18 dynasties of Hung kings are worshipped for establishing the then Van Lang state, predecessor to present-day Vietnam. It is celebrated with lot of pomp and show as a love and pride of the homeland and ancestral land, when all the descendants of the Hung kings gather for the festivities in which the state officials also take part. A grand procession of 100 young men and women in their traditional costumes, symbolizing children of the dragon and fairy, is held. The procession is followed by his own singing performance in the Tong Temple. A classical opera known as California TRU is held in the Ha Temple. Other festivities include bamboo swings, Nemkon, Chamthao and Dam Thuong. Education and training system is well established in the province. Hung Vuong University, continuous education centers of the province and at all districts, Transformatic and Language Center, and other colleges and vocational schools are the institutions which contribute richly to the educational standards of the province. They help in generating the required well-trained and skilled workers. There are 542 schools with a total of 304,326 pupils, and 4 high schools totaling 30,221 pupils. There are 3 colleges and 1 pre-university. Transport and communications. The province is very well connected by roads, rail, air and water transport systems that connect with all regions in Vietnam, which has facilitated its economic growth. Roads. The important road system consists of the National Highway No. 2, Yunnan Kunming Express Highway route that runs from China's Yunnan province through the 2 Yen Quang and Phu Thọ provinces to Nội Bài International Airport. It continues as National Highway No. 5 to Haiphong and National Highway No. 18 links to the port of Kai Lan in Quang Ninh Province. National Highway 32A, which runs from Hanoi, traverses through Phu Thọ and terminates in Hoa Binh. National Highway 32C, also from Hanoi, passes through Phu Thọ to Yen Bai, eventually entering Laos. The Tran-Asian Road and the Ho Chi Minh Trail also pass through the province. Railway. A Trans-Asia Railway line runs from Yunnan to Hanoi and goes through Lao Cai and Phu Thọ provinces. This is connected with the Hanoi Haiphong and Hanoi Ho Chi Minh City railways. The railway connects to the 2 industrial zones of Tuy Van and Bach Ha. Water transport. Viet Tri City is an important river port. It is at the confluence of the three major rivers that flow from China through this province in Vietnam. This waterway, as the main water transport route in the province, has a total length of 235 kilometers. Viet Tri's river port is one of the largest river ports in Vietnam and has an annual capacity of 1 million tons. Other infrastructure facilities. The electricity system and grid lines in the province are very stable. All of the local districts are connected to the national electricity network, which covers the entire province. Viet Tri City, capital of the province, and its suburbs are provided with safe drinking water from a plant, which has a capacity of 42,000 meters 3 per day. The plant uses German technology. Postal and telecommunication utilities and services are very well established for both domestic and international communication.